to GESP Podcast. We are here to reimagine the playing field in women's sports with female game changers. My name is Ruza, FA of Serbia grassroots manager, sports industry specialist, and former football referee. Let's empower the girls with this episode, and big round of applause for my next guest. Hi everyone, and welcome back to GESP Podcast. Today I have a pleasure to speak with a volleyball player, Gabriela Smilenovska from North Macedonia. Gabriela, welcome to our podcast.
Hello, it's a pleasure to be here.
Well, buzz around volleyball is being super big these days. We're all following Olympics. But how your summers look like at the moment? Are you having some off time, or you're preparing for the next season? Where are you at the moment?
Right now I'm in my home in Skopje. I didn't have the pleasure to be a part of the North Macedonian women's representation this year, but that's just a motive plus to keep working, to maybe be a part of it next season. I also, because we start with training on the 10th of August, I'm just preparing myself conditionally and maybe doing some workouts at the gym so I can be more prepared when the season starts.
So next season you're going to continue playing in North Macedonia, or you're going to play abroad?
Well, I'm still not sure, but I'm hoping that I can be a part of Slovenia next year. But we'll see. That's still not closed.
Well, fingers crossed for your possibility and opportunity to play in Slovenia. I believe that would be a great opportunity for you. But even if it doesn't happen, it means that there is something better waiting for you around the corner. But what I want to speak with you here and related to this project is women's volleyball is a sport where we can feel that actually volleyball is a sport where we can feel that women and female, they have the respect they deserve, and that these days, in recent years, the buzz around it, the investment around it, really are really risen. So we can see that. Turkish league, Italian league, everything is being super popular. Also, European players are going to Asia to play, to South America. We can see some players in Brazil. It's all around the world. In US, we have records in the college volleyball. It's all around the world. Everybody's speaking and following the women's volleyball. So how does it feel for you personally to have your sport in this position?
I am very happy about it because volleyball finally gets the recognition it deserves. Me personally, I think is one of the best sports because you can really outsmart the player without there being contact with the other team. So you can see your true raw skill without the intervention from the other players. Also, it is a really great team sport. You can't do anything by yourself. With the rule being 3 touches, there must be another person touching the ball after you or before you. So everyone can be a part of the 1 point. So I think that's really great. And it's becoming more and more popular with the male population as well, because many people say that volleyball is a girl sport and whatever, but I disagree because male and female volleyball is played differently with the same rules. So I think that is super fun.
Yeah, this is a really nice comparison to speak about. But also, when we speak about, during this podcast, the topic of discrimination has been quite often, because not in many sports they can say that sport is said that is literally the woman's sport, or female sport, like volleyball is. And even though that we do know since forever that volleyball is being super popular among girls, we also know that from the very beginning, and everywhere in media, people would more speak about how the volleyball players look instead of how good they are at the pitch. I mean, it's all about the fact that you girls who play volleyball, that you are, you're tall, you look nice, you have a good figure, and all those positive comments. But still, they're about your body. They're not about your technique or how good you developed. How good you developed your stamina or your fitness, or I mean, how good tactics was in there. So how did you cope with those comments during your career, not only about yourself but about your teammates, about volleyball players in global?
I don't think there's much any girl can do, because this is not an issue just in the sport, it's just in general. Girls are always looked upon as objects, but when you go there to show your skill, to show your technique, to prove to the others what you learned in the trainings and what you spent your whole time doing, you can try to, I don't know. I think the main problem is with the jerseys that we wear, because they're very tight, skin tight, and figure shaping, where the men's are more loose and stuff. But and there is a concern that you won't be able to play as good if the clothes are loose fitting, which I disagree. Why should the men be able to play just as good with loose clothes, and girls should not, could not? uh, so uh, you just have to keep your concentration on the work, and not let what people say, you should not take it by heart, and you should just keep on working and improving your skills. That's all I can say, really.
Well, yes, but your comment about the type of clothes that volleyball players are wearing and in comparison with the men's volleyball is actually quite nice, and I honestly didn't think about that. It's quite actually quite obvious, but we don't think like that. But as you said, the issue with the media or anybody speaking about female body doesn't have to do anything with volleyball. It's literally how the world is treating ladies. But when we speak about your sports and yourself in it, how did you even start playing volleyball? Like, what hooked you up with this sport?
Well, honestly, to be fair, when I was very little, I wanted to play soccer first, or football, but that is not very female dominant sport. It not at all, actually. So I was also very skinny, and a very easily I could easily bruise and stuff. And my parents were like, well, you should try this sport that doesn't have any contact with the opposite players. So I was like, okay, sure. And I actually started playing volleyball when I was just 6 years old. Uh, and I don't know, like a 6 years old could not compete against others with like the technique, obviously. So it is very fun to see how you improve throughout the years, where I started, where I am today, the accomplishments and achievements I have acquired throughout the years. So it's very fun to see little girls trying out this sport for the first time. And it's a pleasure to be a part of this community, this sport.
This is really beautiful to hear from a champion herself, because I forgot to mention in the introduction part that you are a current Macedonian champion. And also, it is really nice to think of a road from a skinny girl with bruises to becoming a champion in the future. So I believe that skinny girl is quite proud of you. But even though when we speak about that, this is the beauty of volleyball, where literally, I mean, for every body type, there is a possibility to stay there, develop, and actually gain something. But even though there is no physical contact, you guys really become over the years quite strong. I mean, there is a lot to do with your physical strength. It's not only about how fast you are, how good you can move, or how well you position yourself. So in the end, it's also there is a lot into your strength, especially when we speak about serve or when we speak about spike. So in the end, I mean, even if you start as a skinny girl, you have to straighten up over the time.
Yes, that is very true. When I was skinny, I was also pretty athletic. Like I was jumping, running around, climbing trees and stuff like that. So I was always athletic and always energetic. Um, but again, how you improve your physical strength is very important. Like I see many girls or boys, it doesn't matter, start at the gym at a very early age, and I don't think that is very good, because still from the ages from 14 to 18 your body is still developing. So I think you should do more like body weight exercises, push-ups, pull-ups, crunches and stuff like that, so you can maintain your physical strength that way. And maybe after the ages of 18 you should start going to the gym, picking up weights and stuff like that. um, but again, we as volleyball players endure many injuries to the knees, ankles, wrists, and stuff like that. So you should really focus on strengthening those joints and those parts of the body. I mean, as well as your biceps, your core strength is very important as well. Your the shoulders. I know very many volleyball players that suffer from shoulder injuries, and I think the shoulder is the one joint that takes up most of the damage, because you're constantly swinging with your arms, even when you're playing with your fingers, like setting and stuff like that. So, yeah, your physical strength is very important. Even though we don't run or move much, there's still uh, things you need to. Uh,
Yes, to develop, that's for sure. And I believe that that what you said about core is the most important, because I mean a lot of your back is involved, and then as you said, back, shoulder, hand. I mean, and it all comes from also your glute and your legs. So it's literally the full body workout. Let's call it that way. And this is really something that you cannot see maybe in on a player, or when you look at the volleyball team, but in the end it is there. And also the coordination has to be amazing, because you guys do a lot of how to say, you're a lot in the floor. You need to be, sliding, then doing circles. It's a bit of aerobics, gymnastics, whatever it takes to get the ball. I also know a lot of players, getting to the ball with their feet, so it doesn't matter, just not to make the ball fall down. What was there any period or any time of your volleyball career when you were doubting your choice? Because as you said, you were so athletic, so it means that you were talented for sports, anyways. So is there any period of time where you would doubt yourself with your choices, or when you wanted to quit with playing volleyball, this dedicated that you are playing, I mean, professionally?
yes, there was definitely a time that I doubted my skills. It's because for a very long time I was in a team and I was surrounded by players that didn't take it as personally or as professionally as me. Um, there is a time in your life where you have to make a decision if you want to like focus on your sport and this is what you want to do, or you want to go out every Friday with your friends. And with every sport comes a lot of sacrifices, because at the end of the day, hard work only pays off if you train, if you dedicate your time, if you spend hours and hours in the gym or in the court. improving your skills and stuff. So I was in a team that didn't match my expectations, and but I also wasn't as good because there was, if you're the best in your group, there's no one to compare yourself to compete with, that healthy competition. Um, so you think you're the best and you know everything, and you don't want to train anymore. So there was a time that I had to make like a push through, um, so I can be seen. And that came very unexpectedly for me, because I played for my middle school team and also for my high school team. So there was a competition going on in my high school, and my current coach saw me there and gave me the chance to prove myself and be a part of this big team and be a champion now. So that definitely brought back my motivation to keep working, to keep improving, and to continue striving through to my goal.
This is really nice to be honest with yourself, and to be honest with everybody who will listen to this podcast, especially girls and ladies also maybe struggling at some point with their choices, because it's not only about struggling because you maybe are not good at something. It also can be struggles being too good at something, because I noticed with the team sports, when somebody is super talented or really good, they're quite lonely, because those players who are not on that level, they kind of stick together because they know they have to. There is no like let's say skill that can always keep them uh, being a part of the team. So this is really difficult, to be successful, to be good at what you are, and then also to be quite of a team player. And this is I also believe something we don't speak that much about. And sometimes I even notice that players who are really good, they try to lower their confidence. They also try to lower a little bit, not their skills but the way how they show themselves, just to not stand out from the team, or not to look like they're bragging or whatever. So how did you cope with and how did you build your confidence? How did you show, and how you are now showing your confidence when you're at trainings, at the games, or whenever your volleyball is the topic that people are connected to you?
Um, so that's a topic that I still kind of struggle with. I'm not that confident in myself. Of course, I am working on it and trying my best to, believe in myself and in my skills, and that I know how to play. And that is why I am in this team, and I have the opportunity to um, be a part of my new teammates. But I would say that confidence and believing in yourself is one of the most important skills a player can learn, because even if you're the best, if your hands are shaking, if you have a fear before going onto the court, and before a competition, before a play, you can. If you're scared, you're not going to be able to show your true self, your true skills. um, so I would say watch a lot of videos of yourself, film a lot of videos of yourself, learn your mistakes, learn your uh, like bad sides, so you can work on them. That way you build character, you build confidence. So when another play like the one you lost your point to occurs again, you know how to deal with the situation, so you don't lose many points. Also, um, a very big confidence boost is your setter trusts you. uh, so you know that you're a reliable player, because the setters usually set their best players. Of course, they want to make points and get first to the 25th point and stuff like that. So have a good communication with your setter. Be friendly, don't be a standoffish. um, that is like my advice to gaining confidence and being better on the court, in the play and stuff like that.
Wow, I like when you also have comments on the questions that I was about to ask you. That would be your advices. But okay, let's focus on the advice to these younger generations. And if you look back and you look into the young Gabriela at the beginning of her volleyball career or sports career, or even starting to dream of what would I be and what can I be when I grow up, what would be the biggest advice that you would like that somebody told you?
I would say my old coach told me that there is no talent past 12 years old. Anything after that is just hard work. And I really agree with that, because you have talented children, and but the talent doesn't show as much if you just sit at home, not working or improving your skills. That talent will go to waste. And I think that is something that just kept me pushing forward and trying my best. And um, I don't know, just everything I did leading up to this point was because of that comment that my old coach gave me. So I just keep that very close to my heart.
I mean, I even wrote this comment of yours on a piece of paper next to me. As you said, that talent, everything that is related to talent, past the 12 years old. So this is something I will try to share as well in my environment, because I really like it, and it really shows the most important thing, which is of course the hard work. Well, there is nothing left here to me but to wish you the best of luck in your career. I do hear a confident young woman, let's say, across this podcast, and I do hear determination in your voice. So I do believe that these things are gonna keep you achieving your goals and reaching your dreams. So I would just say best of luck to your volleyball career, and continue being part of things like this project is, that actually inspire more girls and new generation.
Thank you so much. I would love to be a part of it someday again, maybe. So feel free to call me whenever you want to speak to someone. And thank you again.
Of course. Well, keep in mind that you want to be part of these kind of projects that actually help other girls in on their road and path.
Thank you so much. So again, thank you for this opportunity, and I loved every second of it.
Awesome.
Big shout out to European Union for co-financing this project as a part of the cooperation partnership in field of sports.